it's Sissy with Vintage Moon Tarot, and I want to come on here today and show you some tarot and oracle decks that combos that I've really been enjoying, and a few that I'm testing out. So anyway, I'll start with my first one. This is one of my favorites. It's the Oracle of Echoes by Anna Torian. This deck goes with a lot of different decks, but I have two that I use the Oracle of Echoes with all the time, and the other one is the Shimmering Bell Tarot by Syl Conway. I love these two together, so we'll just do this so you can kind of see how they go together. But like, I don't use this combo when it's like what's the energy of my day gonna be or anything like that. I use this when I have like some, you know, like some really personal, you know, deep guidance that I need or answers. Then I will use this, because to me this is like not for your everyday pull. But the Shimmering Bell Tarot is, I love that King of Cups, or King of Water I should say. That is a beautiful card in this deck. But yeah, the Oracle of Echoes, I just think it melds with this deck really good, and I get some really good readings with this. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you a few here, and I mean, I love this, so like I'm just showing you so you can see how they work together. It's sort of got that, like, I don't want to say disconnected artwork, but that like, you know, I'm not sure what you call this, like, you know, how it's like not a solid person, and it's like kind of the same in the Oracle of Echoes. I don't know. I just think the colors, I think that's what it is like the colors go well together, and the artwork style, like that is just so pretty. You have transformation with the Ace of Fire and the Sun. That's so pretty. Yeah. Okay, so isn't that just look beautiful together? Okay, now let me show you another deck that I like to use with the Oracle of Echoes. Oops. Okay, hold on. Okay, the other tarot deck that I love using with the Oracle of Echoes is the Darkness of Light Tarot. Yeah, the Darkness of Light Tarot is like one of my top 5 decks, but like I could never find an Oracle that I just felt like worked with it. And oh, I got them upside down. And when I put these two together, I was like, that is it. The other day I got the Tower card, Warning card out of Oracle of Echoes, and I think it was the King of Cups. I just remember the Tower and the Warning card, so I'm on the lookout for that. But yeah, I love this combo. I think it goes really well with the artwork of the Darkness of Light. because it's that, you know, again, that painting, you know, dark and I don't know what I'm saying, but I just woke up. I'm actually drinking coffee, so if I don't make sense, it's because I'm not awake yet, but yeah, this is, this gives beautiful, beautiful readings. You know, it's all good showing it like this, but when you actually do real, you know, reading for yourself and you get the answer, it's just like it blows together. So good. So, yeah. So those are two of my favorite pairings with the Oracle of Echoes, the Shimmering Bell and the Darkness of Light. But yeah, I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about, how good this goes together. Okay. I want to just keep showing you them because it's just so beautiful. Alright, so that was the Oracle of Echoes with the Darkness of Light. Alright, the next pairing that I really love together is the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And I'm sorry I don't have my box out here because the box is big. And I was watching Toadstool Tarot. I'm pretty sure that's whose channel it was. And he showed these tins that he gets, right? And he gets them off Amazon. And you get like 10 or 12 of these for like $10. But I'll show you how it looks. I'm just showing you because I thought it was pretty cool when he showed it. But the deck, like any normal size tarot deck. Oh, let me get them in there right. And like you could put a card back here if you wanted, but like you don't really need to because you can see what deck it is because of the window. And of course they sell them without the window too. But yeah, I thought, you know, in a pinch, those work good, right? Let me go ahead and get those out. So, the Heaven and Earth Tarot with the Priestess of Light Oracle, and it's Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. It is storming so bad today. It's been raining all night since like midnight. All right, Al. And I have to do this weird thing. I have to put the towel over my head and walk outside so my dogs will go outside. Otherwise, they will not go out in the rain. But for some reason, when I put a towel over my head, they'll go out. So we all three were super wet this morning. But yeah, it's supposed to rain like all day, all night again. So a lot of rain today. But anyway, Priestess of Light Oracle with the Heaven and Earth Tarot. I think just the coloring and everything in this goes so good together. But yeah. It's got that same, like, you know, misty vibe to it that both of these decks have. So it just, the coloring, everything. It's like that brushed painting, like. But I love this combo right here. Yeah, look at that. That is so pretty. And I love, like, you get a little bit of color in the Oracle, but it still is cohesive with the deck. But yeah, I've gotten some really great readings with this combo. Isn't that just beautiful? Look, it's like, it says healing earth, the power to give and receive healing. And like she's shining that light down, and you have the Three of Swords right here. It's so beautiful. So yeah, so you have some cards like this which go really well with the coloring. But then when you get the ones with color in it, it just, I don't know, it just brings it all together. It's just really good combo. Look at that. That's so pretty. All right, I'm just going to keep saying that's so pretty. But yeah, it goes so good together. Yeah, try it out. I think you will like it. Okay, so that is the Heaven and Earth Tarot with the Priestess of Light Oracle. Okay, another combo that I really dug is the Everyday Witch, which I did just get a new copy of the Everyday Witch. And the reason is because I sprayed this with a matte spray, which it turned out beautiful. It looks great. And I edged it in black, and the black like seeped. And you can see it like in the cards, but to me it looks kind of cool. So, but you know, over time, shuffling and stuff, like you will see like the matte like gets scratchy. I don't know if you can see that or not, but like it's really hard to see, but if you really look, you can find it. So like over time, the matte does get a little scratched up, but that's okay. I got a new one just to have. So I love this oracle. Wait a second, I gotta get the book because I never remember exactly. And I have the book out here. Is the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle. This is such a cool book. Look at that black pages, but you have the card in here, and then like a little mantra, and then about the card. But yeah, I really like this combo together. I think it goes really well. And I've been using these two together for, since I got this, basically, I was like, this would go good with my Everyday Witch. And I think it really does, because the Everyday Witch is so colorful and, you know, a lot going on in the cards. So this is just like, you know, black background with like an image on it. And I just think it works really good together. I enjoy it. So, and there's just like one keyword down here, like wisteria, and it says meditation, and you have a yoga teacher over here and a Knight of Cups. That's pretty good. But magic. So I think this goes so good together. I love it. I use it together all the time. I do have another deck that goes with it, but I usually always go back to the Practical Magic Oracle. But let me get this. I want to show you guys this. This is the Witch's Oracle, and of course you see this big box it comes in, right? And you know, you got the plastic in here and everything. You've got this big book, right? Which, you know, everybody loves that. That's nice, right? You can put that on your bookshelf or whatever. But yeah, so pretty good size box, right? And then here's the Wicca deck. This is the exact same deck as the Witch's Oracle. Okay? Exact same thing. But this is the first edition of this deck by Sally Morningstar. But let me show you. So it comes in this box with this book. And let me tell you, the book is basically the same. There might be a little bit more in the front about how to use the deck, cleanse the deck, maybe that kind of stuff. I remember it wasn't anything that really mattered, I didn't think. But you get the cards and the same, this is the exact same thing in that book, only made bigger in the other book, right? So this all fits together in this little box. I thought that is so great, right? But of course, let me show you the backs. This one's, the new one has the black back, and the old one has the purple back. Of course, so I did trim the Witch's Oracle. I wasn't going to trim the Wicca deck. They are exactly the same thing. But I just wanted to show you that like, why go from this little box that everything just fit perfect in to this big box? Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So yeah, I like to use this trimmed Witch's Oracle with it. But see, I still think the practical magic goes, when I look at it, that's just the deck I see with it. But this one does work too, so. With the trimmed copy, because I have tried the Wicca with it not trimmed. And it has the white borders, so it doesn't go as well. But I think this looks pretty good. But like I said, you know, you have a lot going on in the witches, so this plainer image to me looks not so cluttered, where this can kind of be a lot, but I still like it. Yeah, so this is the Everyday Witch with the Witch's Oracle. Sally Morningstar. But yeah, so either one works. I've done readings with both, and they both work. I just am partial to the practical magic deck. But yeah, so we have the Everyday Witch with the Witch's Oracle, or Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle. Okay, the next two decks I want to talk about are Rider-Waite-Smith. I always have a hard time with oracles with my Rider-Waite-Smith. I just like it to be cohesive and flow. You know, there's not a lot of artwork like the original Rider-Waite-Smith. So this next one is the Centennial, okay? And of course the oracle that I'm placing with it, the artwork is not the same, but it's the Messages from the Light meditation deck by Joyce Huntington. Let me show you. Okay, the Centennial, I know everybody knows the Centennial. It's got that vintage old look to it. And the Messages from the Light meditation deck, it has that vintagey look to it. So something about it flows together, and it does have the more muted colors for the most part as the Centennial, okay? And I use these two together as a rule. So to me, this goes with my Centennial so good. And like I said, like the artwork is not the same, of course, but just something about it just works for me. Yeah. And I want to show you a lot of times how I use this. I'm just going to show you real quick. Like when I do a Celtic cross, okay, I'm just going to lay it out. This is not a reading or anything, but when I do this, I hold on. I'll show you. Hopefully, let me get this in there. Okay, so you got your regular cross laid out here. I know you probably can't see that, all that. And then over here, when you lay out your 4 cards, let me show you. So we have them 4 laid out. I like to use, you know, I shuffle this, and then I say, like over here off to the side, I have the 5 of Cups. And so like I'll put a card here, and I'll say initiation with the 5 of Cups. And then down here, because my next card is the 9 of Cups, and I'll say possibilities with the 9 of Cups. I read it like that. And then we have the 9 of Wands. So then I've got meditation with the 9 of Wands. So I'll read those 2 together. And then for my outcome card, I have the Page of Swords. And so I pull that and put that down here. And it's forgiveness with the Page of Swords. So that's how, I don't know if you can see that, how I do that. But yeah, that's how I like to use this deck. And to me, I mean, look how beautiful that looks. Right? Let me see if I can go up a little bit so you guys can see. But yeah. So that's how I like to use it in a Celtic cross. And it works beautifully that way for me. But yeah, so I love the messages from the lights with my Centennial. I think that works beautifully together. Let me show you. Okay, so that was the Centennial with the messages from the light meditation deck. Okay, the next Rider-Waite-Smith that I have paired with an oracle is the Radiant Wise Spirit. And I know everybody knows the Radiant Wise Spirit. I love this deck. But I like pairing it with the Energy Oracle cards. This is by Sandra Ann Taylor. She's the same one who did the Priestess of Light Oracle. But this is them. And of course, the artwork is not the same. This is almost photorealistic, but to me, this goes really well together because I think you have the gold borders on the Energy Oracle cards. And then on the aces, the majors, and the quartz, you have this gold on the title area. So I think that it goes really good together. It flows for me. I really like using these 2 together. I always use this oracle with this Radiant Wise Spirit. But the oracle is so easy to read because it has a lot of tarot references in it. Like you have the world, the goddess of the moon. So, woman holding a heart, which would of course be like the Queen of Cups, right? So, the thinking man, but man holding a heart could be the knight or the king. So I would say the knight, but yeah, I think it flows together really good. I get really good readings with this, like so yeah, so that I'm always trying to find oracles that go with my Rider-Waite-Smith, because to me that's really hard because I like it to flow, and to me this just like works together. But like Happy Family, you would see that like the 10 of Cups. So it is really easy. Like anxiety, that could be the 9 of Swords. So yeah, I think it goes really good together. Oh, Angel of Balance and Temperance. Like, to me, that is the Angel of Balance. So, but yeah, Justice for contract. So, But yeah, don't you think that looks good together? I love it. I think it looks great. All right, so that was my Radiant Wise Spirit with the Energy Oracle cards. Okay, you guys, this next combo I am absolutely loving. It's a new deck that I just received. I was worried about this deck because like a month ago, everybody was like showing theirs, and I was like, waited like 2 weeks, and I'm like emailing them. I'm like, hey, I still haven't got my deck, you know? And I finally got it a few days ago. And it's the Healing Waves Tarot by Nawan Yanhasiri. Not sure. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. But it's the Healing Waves Tarot. And this is it. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Alright, let's try this. Maybe we can get through it. It's the Healing Waves. This is the deck. And I don't know. I'm a Cancer. I'm a water sign. I have a lot of Leo in me though, but I am very attracted to water decks. But something about this deck, when I put it in my hands, I don't know if it's, I know she did the artwork using water from the ocean. I don't know. I really think this is a beautiful deck. But anyway, the Oracle that I'm loving is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And this is a beautiful Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. And it actually goes with a lot of different tarot decks too. This is a beautiful Oracle. But look at the backs. You have like this ocean waves and the sun, and this is a water deck. I mean, that just, the backs look so good together. And you know, the backs are very important to me too. I know a lot of people don't care about the backs, but I care about the backs. But let me show you. This just, to me, this was made to go together. And of course, this is a lot of nature scenes, but you do have a lot of water scenes in here too. But it's just nature, and I just feel like it all like flows so good together. So and you know, again, like I say, you know, when you do an actual reading, which I've done a few readings with this, and it has been just so good. But yeah, I mean, just flows, I think. So even though the artwork is very different, and I don't know if it's because I've trimmed my Sacred Destiny and it's tarot size, and I don't know, it just, and actually this does go with more tarot decks, I think, since I trimmed it, getting rid of those white borders. But that, I do keep the letter. That's the extra card that came with the Healing Waves. I really like it. So I have kept it in the deck. But that is so pretty. Oh, look at that. The High Priestess. I love that card. I've gotten that card a couple times too. Love it. I just want to keep showing you because I'm like loving this together. Yeah. Yeah, so that is the Healing Waves. The new Healing Waves tarot deck. Beautiful. Look at those blue edges. That is beautiful. And the Sacred Destiny Oracle, a new favorite of mine right now. Okay, the next deck I just received, so I just been kind of playing around with what oracle decks go with it. And it is the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris Ann. And this is a very unusual deck right here, okay? It's animal people, as I like to call them, animal people, but it's very interesting. We won't talk about the cardstock. It feels like paper, but, and like all the borders are like totally messed up. Now, of course, I mean, there's a ton of them, so why am I not seeing them? Let's see. Yeah, like look how small it is on this side, and then it's real wide on this side, and there's so many like that. But like, see the Lovers? See how thin it is on this side, and it's like fatter on this side. So like the borders are all jacked up. But remember when the Lightseers mass market first came out, and there was like all kinds of problems like with the cards and the cardstock and stuff, and then they like, I think, reissued it, and because I have a few copies of the Lightseers and they're all a little bit different on the cardstock. So, but anyway, that's for another video. But the likely choice to go with the deck would be the Sacred Creators by Chris Ann also, right? So I will show you. And it does go really good together. It's very cohesive. I like it together. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna show you a few here with this Sacred Creators Oracle. It goes beautiful. You get great readings with it because, you know, it's always usually like a question, but the colors are cohesive. I think I already said that, but yeah, it looks beautiful together, right? So then I was like, what else could I use with this deck, right? So I was like, well, I know another deck that might look pretty with it, and it is the Botanical Inspirations by Lynn Araujo. But anyway, yeah, like the borders are not like white, they're more of, you know, that off-white color, and so it gives it that little bit of vintage look to it. With the Botanical Inspirations, it has that same kind of feeling, and there is a lot of greenery and flowers in these cards, and like, look at that. That looks so good. But yeah, this is another deck that goes, the Botanical Inspirations goes with a lot of tarot decks too that I have. And, but I think it goes really good with this because of the flowers. Oh, that's cool. The full, and you got the white rose. I love that. But yeah, so yeah, so that goes very good together, I think. Very cohesive, okay? So then I was like, what else could I pair with this? And hold on, bear with me here for a sec, get this out of the way. I think the Animal Kin Oracle. Yes, it's got all the colors and the borders, and I think it looks really good with it. So let me show you. Oh, Peacock Inspiration. Look at that. That's so cool. All right. And yeah, I think this works really well. I use this, and I was like, I like this combo right here. So the Animal Kin Oracle with the Curious Creatures Oracle. I think it works beautifully together. But yeah, look at those colors. It's like, oh, let me get a drink of my coffee. So good. I use a Starbucks creamer cinnamon dolce. That is my life right there. Okay, sorry about that. So, but yeah, how good does this go together? You know, we couldn't get through without a little barking. But yeah, so this is my new favorite combo on the Curious Creatures, is the Animal Kin Oracle. And I know everybody loves the Animal Kin. It's so beautiful, but it's got all these colors that you find in the Curious Creatures. So, to me, this is like a winning combination. Okay, I think that is all the ones I was going to show you. Every time I find a good combo, I'll write it down. And I can't find my list. And the reason I remember most of these, because they're ones I use pretty regularly. So, but others, you know, that you put away, you know, that you're not using right now, sometimes you forget, right? So, so the Curious Creatures with, let me see if I can get them all in here. Curious Creatures with, of course, the Sacred Creators Oracle goes great. Botanical Inspirations goes really good. And also the Animal Kin Oracle goes, that's my new favorite combo right there. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will talk to you all again real soon. Bye-bye.